So I'm going to do something today that I've never shown you with Mullen Automotive. I'm going to show you a 45-minute time frame. So those of you that want to learn something, because Mullen just did the same thing that it's done before, specifically the same thing that it's done back in November 13th of 2023. For those of you that want to learn, stay tuned. If you don't care about this, you don't need to watch this video. I'm going to give you updates on what Mullen did today, what I honestly think is coming next by what the charts are looking like, especially on a shorter time frame, like a 45-minute time frame. All I ask is that you like the video, you subscribe, you share this with someone else so we can all learn together. Mullen moves very fast. We saw that today. I'll show you the charts in a minute, but we ran from the low 12s, 12 cents, all the way to 14.20. We ran 15%, and that's what Mullen has been doing. It runs 10 to 15%, these little spikes, and then it crashes right back down. And I think I figured out why. Now, before I show you this and talk about this, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is all based on my own opinion with how I read charts and look at news. You should do what your heart is telling you to do at the end of the day. But I want to take you back to November 13th, 2023. I want you to look at the RSI. I want you to look at the stochastic. And of course, look at the stock price up here. I also use Keltner channels. If you don't know anything about that, let me know. I'll probably make a video about it, maybe, something like that. But anyways, I want you to first look at the RSI, right by this yellow arrow right here. We hit lows on a 45-minute time frame of about 12 on the RSI, okay? This was a buying opportunity, a buying zone, let's say. 12 on the RSI was a buying zone. Another reason we know this is a buying zone is it touched the Keltner channel, the white line that you see right there. Basically, it just means it's time to buy. Okay, very oversold on a 45-minute time frame, hanging below 15 on an RSI. And you can see what happened from there. We ran all the way up, that yellow arrow. We ran from 18, 19 cents all the way to 22 cents. And if you would have invested at 18, 19 cents, you would have got a 17% return on investment. Does that look familiar to what happened today? Because that's exactly what happened today. The RSI hit very low points, same place actually, of 13.12 on a 45-minute time frame. You can see they both look identical right here. We popped above the yellow line on both times. We ran 14 to 17%, and then what happened? We started crashing down. Same exact thing happened today, okay? We touched the yellow line on the Keltner channel, which means it's time to sell, especially on a time frame like this, which you could see. But the thing that got me very bearish, after we hit this yellow line on the Keltner channel was we started crashing down and we crossed the middle line on the Keltner channel. Now, if you go back to up here, also when it spiked up and it started crashing down, we also crashed below. We started to come down. We crashed below the middle Keltner channel line, and we continued to sell off from November 13th all the way to November 14th. So about a day. So it was like a 3-day process. It looks like on a Friday it started. Monday we peaked. Tuesday, we're at the low right there, okay? Another buying opportunity. Why is that? Well, we're touching the white Keltner channel line, whatever you want to call it, okay? So where are we at right now? If these two are going to move identical to each other, what this is telling me is that we might crash even lower tomorrow, because right now we're doing exactly what we did here. The RSI is the same. We're coming down, about to touch this yellow line as it's coming up. We did the same thing over there. But the important thing was we continue to stay under the Keltner channel, the middle line, the white line that you see right there. Okay, so you might have a bunch of these little fake outs, but I ultimately think we're gonna go lower, especially with tomorrow being Wednesday. Now, I could be completely wrong, as I've been saying on my last couple of videos. I haven't been wrong. On Saturday, I told everyone, I think we're gonna break the all-time low of 1470, and we did. We crashed down. So I updated the Patreon obviously earlier. before this all happened about what I thought was happening. We obviously crashed lower. We closed the day at 12.57 today, but my biggest concern is trading below the middle line on the Keltner channel right here. What has happened before? There's a couple other times I could show you that the same thing happened. So I'm waiting. I did say this morning I'm planning on buying pretty heavy into Mullen very soon, just not yet. I'm waiting for a certain trade setup to happen. I'm waiting for certain things to happen, especially with the RSI and the stock price. So of course, if you guys want to know exactly what my plan is, you could join the Patreon down below. I'll be giving them access to all of it. Now in after hours, we are actually up at 12.77, but I'm not falling for these tricks anymore. I am sticking with my belief, what my gut is telling me. I think we're going lower. This might not be a video that you like, but I cannot control the stock price. I cannot control Mullen. All I can do is react and do my best at trading the stock, because that's where we're at right now, literally. Like, this thing is gonna reverse split, I believe. I do think this is gonna go lower than where we're at right now, even after hours at 12.77. Again, this is all based on my own opinion, looking at the charts and the news, and just being in the stock for over a year now. I gotta wait for a pullback on this RSI a little bit, and then we could see a nice little trade setup to get at least 15 to 20% just by looking at what's going on. So that's why I will go heavier. I will probably sell when it hits certain zones that I think would be a good time to sell for Mullen stock. And that's that. So hopefully you got some value. If you learned something, let me know down below. You can see, you don't even need to take my word for it, but you can see exactly how Mullen has moved. It did the same thing that it did before, did it exactly today, and now we're pulling back. It was a pump and then a dump. And that's how Mullen moves. So you got to be quick with it. Now, if you want to just hold the stock, this is irrelevant to you. This doesn't matter. Like I said in this morning's video, I think a lot of people, they like Mullen. We don't like to see it on the board. They see the potential that Mullen has, but maybe a third reverse stock split was always planned, and they might be waiting on the sidelines right now. And also, they might be waiting for a perfect trade setup, which I'm also analyzing right now with Mullen. I plan to go in pretty heavy, like probably by, if it happens the way I want it to happen, because I got to get confirmations on this thing, especially with Mullen. I mean, it might not be heavy to a lot of you, but I will probably buy about if it hits certain prices, okay? If it hits certain prices, I'll probably buy close to 100,000 shares of Mullen for this trade that I'm waiting on confirmation. That's why the good news, guys, is that what I thought would happen happened today. So that's making me more clear on what I think is going to happen next with Mullen stock, okay? Because I was already painting this picture before today even happened. If you remember yesterday on Twitter, I said something like this. Mullen broke all levels of support. The yellow lines could see a move up to the next level of resistance, which is now 1478. So we didn't quite hit 1478. We hit 1420. Now this was a rough draft. This was not a 45-minute time frame, I don't think. But even what I said came true. We did bounce, we got to 14, and then we did exactly what I said, what I thought was gonna happen. Like what happened in November 13, 2023. We crashed down today. We pumped, we dumped, and I think we're gonna go lower, okay? So again, guys, drop a like if you got any value out of today's video. Subscribe. I'm gonna win this game, this Mullen game. I'm going to freaking win at the end of the day. I'm also gonna win with these other stocks, and we have a great community. So if you wanna support the channel, if you wanna be a part of the journey, especially in 2024, join the links out down below. I call DraftKings at 15 bucks. I call Palantir at $7. I traded in and out of Tesla multiple times. And we're gonna find some true winners in 2024, especially in the crypto market as well. Enjoy your day. See you on the next one.